everybody, welcome to this video. This is quite a busy video I've got for you guys. We are working towards fixing up our chicken coop and the chicken run because we have baby chicks that will be coming in May, somewhere early to mid-May. They will be here. So we're getting the chicken run that we have right now fixed up, cleaned up, and then we're also going to be building a second one so that this one can get a rest and we can reseed it with some grass and whatnot, because the current state of it right now is not great. As you can see, it's pretty much mud. So I have been working the last couple of days on getting the water access set up better. I also cleaned up their grubby bucket, their mealyworm bucket, so that once it's empty, more than likely tomorrow, I can refill it and wipe it all down, and we will try and find, I think we're gonna go with like a garbage can of some sort to put all of our extra grain and whatnot, like to store it, and that as well, because right now we just keep it in the coop, and it gets covered in shit which is not fun. I would like to have it clean, and so let's take a look. So as of right now, this is the state. This is much better than it was before. Before it was, I mean, you can see the water over there. It was just sprawling all the way out. It was going all the way over there. And you can see my piles of mud I've dug out. I dug out this whole section the other day. It still needs to get dug out a little more, but so far it's looking pretty good. And then I've kind of set up a nice little water trickle, and I'm building up the edges around the end here, and I dug it out much deeper. Once the mud and dirt settles, you'll be able to see how much deeper this is, but you can kind of tell just from the elevation of it. Maybe you can't, I don't know. I can tell in person. You can tell because you can see how high the ground is and how deep it goes over here compared to over there. But we're getting there, getting it cleaned up, getting it fixed up so it's not just a mud hole fit for pigs. It'll be a nice little water access for the chickens, our girls, and the new ones that are coming in May. Right now I am building, as you can see up here, I'm adding a lot of rocks. I've been finding rocks all over the property because we have many piles of rocks everywhere. So I've been working on that. I just finished with this whole section here. And I'm going to kind of let everything settle for now. Then I'll come back in and we'll kind of fix this up a little bit more and get some rocks set up. And as well, that kiddie pool, it was pretty much just leaned up against the fence right here. I decided to rake up all of the hay that we give them that's just been on the ground and scooped it up into here so that it just doesn't get everywhere, because it makes quite a bit of mess. But yeah, it's getting there. And later today, my mom and I are going to come out and take down all of these extra panels and whatnot, fences, so that it doesn't look like crap. Because now we've gotten their wings clipped, we've kind of figured out how to do that, how best we can do that, and how to make it work. So we don't need the extra tall fences, even though they were still getting out with the extra tall. But I can see the girls are already loving this. Yeah. They were also loving that as I was digging out all of that, there were a lot of worms. They were happy as a clam. Well, hello, pretty girl. What are you doing? What are you doing, Ember? The pretty baby. I know you don't want touched. You just want to see what's going on, huh? Miss Investigator. Yes, Miss Investigator. Huh. All right, I'll leave you alone. I also would really like to get this gate fixed up a little bit. Like, it works good. It's worked good for a very long time, but all of this chicken wire is kind of bunched up and matted up, and there's sharp little points and whatnot, so it needs to get all fixed. And then we also have to get the inside of the coop cleaned out and get some new shavings in there. For now, I am planning to replace it with sand, because I think that's going to work better. If any of you watching have ever done sand in your chicken coops, please let me know your experience. From what I have seen, it has been really good for most people, as long as you get the correct sand and you clean it regularly. Which, honestly, I would prefer cleaning the sand out regularly than dealing with shavings, because it's gross and the dust is awful. It's so itchy as fuck. Like, I hate dealing with it. I hate doing it. And the ammonia smell as well. Like, we do our best to keep the ammonia smell down, with some lime and different things, and trying to keep it cleaned out pretty regularly, but I don't know. I just think we could be doing better. So since I'm really starting to take over things, I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to be taking it over and I'm going to be doing all this, I want to make it as simple as possible for me to upkeep. And switching to sand seems to be the best option, because then I just get a nice scoop, and you scoop out the poop, you leave the sand, and it's good. So yeah, I also really want to fix up the nesting boxes too. The nesting boxes could use some TLC for sure. I mean, the whole inside and outside, this whole thing needs a good makeover, for real. There's a lot of things that need to get fixed, and I am determined to get it done this year, because it's been long awaited for this to be a priority, and I'm making it one this year. It needs it. It really does. I mean, it doesn't look too bad from this side. Number one, we need to get rid of this freezer. It's gross. It does not seal anymore. We were using it for storage for feed and shavings and all that stuff, but yeah, no. And it's gross. It stinks in there too. I'm just, no. So it needs to get gone. And I kind of just want to redo the whole thing. It really needs a good paint job. Like, this side and the front of it don't look all that bad, but when you get to this side, it's horrendous. It is nasty. And at this point, my mom and I are thinking we might try and redo the siding with metal siding, to hopefully, number one, make it look a little bit nicer, but also just keep it in better shape, make it last, a good long while. So yeah, it's going to be quite the journey, but I am excited. I am ready for this to get going. I mean, that's why I've been out here doing all of this and trying to get it all fixed up so that when we get the other pen built, we can finish this up and then get some grass planted in here and give this whole pen a good rest. And as well, let me know your guys' thoughts. So for the bottom of this, I'm thinking about doing like colored rock, because my mom's always wanted to put like pea gravel or something in the bottom of it. And I think it would be really pretty to do white pea gravel, but I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think, what we should do, what you think would be best. And if anybody has any experience, please, again, let me know in the comments. I would love some ideas, constructive criticism, please. Don't be a bitch. Be nice. Yeah. It's a work in progress, but I am determined to get that progress rolling. Because I mean, now that I'm selling eggs as well, like, I need it to be more functional. I need it to work better. I need it to be easier to maintain. And also just a better environment for the girls. Like, they give us so many eggs. They deserve to have a nice place to hang out. And, alright, kids. We having fun over here? My mouse. What are you doing? Anyways, I'll quit yapping your ear off. I'm gonna go in and get some food and get to working on a few things on my computer. And we'll get going from there. Hope y'all are having a good day. And yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. I thank you for 100 subscribers. I know it's a small amount, but to me it's a big milestone. And I just appreciate all of you that watch, whether you watch my shorts or my long form, or if you watch on my Instagram or my TikTok, any of it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And hopefully I can grow this channel and help to raise awareness for, number one, the chronic illness community, and number two, agriculture and farming and the realities of it for all of us that do this day in and day out. There are no days off. No days off. You don't get vacations. You know, sometimes you do when you get, you know, a good year or a good couple years. You know, you can go on a little trip, a little weekend trip or whatever, but anytime you leave the farm, if you're all going on a family trip, who's here to watch the animals? Who's here to feed the cows? Who's here to check on the chickens and get the eggs, feed the cats and the dogs and all of that? No one, unless you get somebody to farm sit, which is a very difficult thing to find, because it takes a lot of trust to trust somebody with an entire farm, because one wrong thing and it could be a long time of hurt and work. So, all right, catch up with you.
Rosie's not bothering them. They could run wherever they want to tomorrow. We're working.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Tim could be here tomorrow. So.
Top panels are off. Good morning, everybody. It is the next day. I am here to share some updates. Whoops. First off, more grubbies for the girls. Second off, this is how everything's looking this morning. Got all of the panels taken down. Trying to work out the water flow because, here, I'll show you guys back here. So back here, this is how the water goes out through there. right now, because before it was just constantly overflowing out there. So I decided to kind of makeshift a little bit of a slower flow. And I had it a little too slow because this morning all of that down there was completely empty. So I messed with it a little bit, and it seems to be doing better. I think I'm gonna leave it like this for now and see how it does, because it's only been a couple hours. This thing also desperately needs to get cleaned out. I cleaned out quite a bit of it yesterday and just threw a bunch of it over there. But yeah, there's a lot more that needs to get out of that. But it's looking much better today. I feel much better about how it's looking. Now I just got to get more rocks and get her all placed, and then move on to the next projects, which will be extending, well, not extending, but creating another pen back here on the other side of the fence so that this pen can get a break, and we can rototiller it and reseed some grass. And then we also have to work on the coop itself, which is going to be a whole other process. I don't think I got any water on this, but here we go. I just finished washing out what we're going to use for the chickens to have, so we have a sealed container of some sort to keep the grubbies in and their chicken feed, like extra chicken feed. I also want to get another for when we get sand so that I can just have one full of the sand to use as we need to top it off and whatnot. But that's going to be a little bit down the road, unfortunately, but that's how life goes sometimes. You gotta have money before you can spend it. No, really. So this is where the water is at for the chicken water access. I do need to get some more rocks to fill in around the edges, but I'm gonna give it, honestly, probably a good 24 hours or so to see how high it gets, if it starts to try and leak out or if it stays at a good height, and then I can adjust the walls that I made as I need. And yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. I think it's super cute. And if we add like our the white gravel that I was talking about, I think it's going to be super pretty as well. So here we are. That's why I was doing what I was doing in that earlier, so that I have something for them, and I'm getting there. And it just really needs to dry, and I need to clean out the lid, and then we need to pour some bleach in it and whatnot just to get rid of all of the gunk, because we had 2 bags of old rabbit food that's been there for, I would say, a good 10 years maybe, since I was in high school, and that's been quite a while. So it's pretty gunked on. The lid needs a little bit of work. The inside of this is pretty well clean, but I still want to bleach it just to be safe. So yeah. Alrighty. So I've kind of gotten this one cleaned up. I'm not worried about the inside of the bottom and whatnot, but I got the lid all cleaned up, looking nice. For right now, I wiped out the inside of this guy with some Lysol wipes, or knockoff Lysol wipes. And then I finally got this guy all cleaned up, looking good. So it's just gonna stay in here. Let's see if I can open this. This is the trick, because the lid is a little tricky. There we go. It's a very good seal, but I dumped the bag in the bucket, seal it up, and in the can it goes. Woohoo! Right, so little tour of what I've got going so far. I got the trough all cleaned out, got it sitting right here, so it's right next to the fence for us to put our goodies in for them. I brought some more rocks down, as you can see, and gave it a nice border so far. I'm really liking how it's looking now. It feels much nicer having a full border, and some of them need to kind of get washed off, some of the rocks at least, but once we get everything built up and filled in, that's when it's going to all get kind of a quick little spray down bath. And then once we'll get all this filled in here, maybe a nice big pretty something to sit on this, and go over here and just make it look real nice and make it pop out real pretty. And I'm so excited to see how this is going to turn out, but I'm loving it so far. Yeah. Our damn cats keep pissing on everything. If anybody out there has any recommendations for keeping them from doing that shit, aside from getting them fixed, but even then that still doesn't stop them necessarily, please comment down below and let me know, because we are desperate at this point. But here we go. Looking so pretty so far. I am so happy and excited to keep doing this project. This is one of those projects that just has me motivated. And look how pretty it is. It's absolutely gorgeous out today. And a beautiful day. The last 3 days at least, maybe even 4. It's been beautiful. It feels like spring, you guys, and I don't know how to feel about it. Okay, Second load of rocks. Let's do this. Come on in. I am so excited to see this all done. Looking pretty snazzy. What you think, girls? Aurora. You like it? We'll have to get some apples and stuff out here for you girls to munch on. you think, Bear Bears? Huh? Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still here all the way at the end, I appreciate you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful week and a wonderful month.